Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Soul Chapters. Today, we're going to be talking about university experiences during my first year specifically, and we'll also be having a very special guest joining me today for the first episode, and her name is Kali. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, first guess. Hi guys. I'm Kylie, Kylie Helen. I'm Q's friend. I feel like that's like the biggest title. No.
Yeah, I feel like since we're going to push this on Instagram, I feel like everyone will just know you because I feel like
I know, like everyone knows me. Woo, you know.
Mhm.
But I'm Kylie. I am a student in SIU in my final year. I am would I say a beauty content creator? Yeah, I'm a beauty content
Like a
creator.
makeup artist.
I'm a makeup enthusiast. I'm not yet an artist, but I'm working towards it. But yeah, I'm a makeup
Yes,
enthusiast.
manifest.
Yeah, I do create beauty content, and I'm trying to diversify it a bit, to like some like just like example, like being on this podcast. And I'm actually very passionate about talking about like life, especially as a young adult, like early 20s. Yeah, and I'm happy to be here, honestly. Yeah.
Honestly, that's the only reason I brought up this thing as a project because I wanted to
Yeah.
try out like the podcast thing. And us, me and you, we can talk. And I was
We
like,
do have opinions, people.
I feel like we're every delusional teenager who's like their friend group and like, oh
Yeah.
my God, we should turn this into a podcast.
I know, like we have one like life altering conversation in Cafe Latte and boom, podcast.
You're like famous, fame,
Podcast, yeah, we are.
fame.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we'll start off by talking about like the challenges of being in a new environment. And specifically, I wanted to start off by talking about
Mm,
expectations versus reality.
mm,
Because I don't know about you, but me, let me tell you, but
Tell
I'm also so young and naive, but let me just say, let me tell you, I was one of those
Same.
people before I came to SIU,
Yeah.
I was watching the YouTube videos, day in the life.
Oh my God. Why are we the same person? Oh.
I knew how, and no, I'm telling
We
you,
even DM'd someone in your side.
no, because no, that's insane. What's wrong with us?
I fully DM'd another girl I was following at that time, and
Yeah,
she was creating like beauty content creation,
yeah.
and I was interested in makeup at that time. And she was doing a video one day, and she was like, "Oh my God, she's in you." I was like, "What?" I went there and DM'd, and I was asking questions and all that. Hey, I was really, hey, I was naive, man. Yeah.
Crazy. I remember I watched videos, I watched the day in the lives. I even knew where all the restaurants were before I went. And mind you,
Yeah.
I live in Nairobi. So me, I was like, the
Yeah.
fact that crazy. I started following these people. I feel, what was the name of these people? There's that alpha male nigga. What's his name?
Ah,
You
there are
rem-
so many news like you.
No, like the tall light skin, that one for man, that one. I don't know. I think that's what his YouTube channel was called. I'm not sure. Mr. Manstyle. Then the guy for
Yeah.
Film Club.
Oh, okay. The one with dreadlocks.
No, no, no. What's his name? I
Oh
think.
no, I've known him. The one who had like the orange hoodie you never take out for a period of time. That one.
Oh, damn. I know. I think that was no. That was
I
Andrew Gunji.
remember that's how we actually knew him.
That was Andrew Gunji.
Not that one. He's not that one.
He's not that one.
I think he is because I feel
Either
like
way,
at
me,
that
I
time,
don't know. I feel like
yeah,
after
he
that,
used to
I've seen
he
these people
used to work with a camera like
everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah,
No, but
and I
to be
remember it's
honest,
actually pretty difficult
I
to
liked
yeah.
their content.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in my anime era, so everything they were doing was kind of
Oh,
killer.
period.
But yeah, after watching the videos for SIU
Mm.
and coming from high school, I was very excited. And also, like at that point, I think Grownish was like in its first season or second season.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because of that one. Mm.
So I really thought I was about to be like the realest main character out here.
Ah, I think for me it was also the same because I was very sheltered in high school. I
Hmm.
used to literally I used to literally be like a house plant. Like that's how I never used to like go out to treat these festivals that were in Nairobi, Sijika Festival and stuff like that. My mother was like, whoo, so where girl? So I think when I heard that I'm going to USIU and I had like my cousin and she was like telling me like things like Culture Week and all that stuff, like how it's going to be amazing. Like USIU, this is where life starts, yeah. Me the way the way I had expectations. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought I was just gonna, get to SIU. I don't know, fall in love in the first semester. Hey, the person who said you meet your husband in university. That's the
Angela,
day I catch
please,
you. I
please, we were all delusional.
We were all delusional. Guy.
Mainstream media really lied to us.
Hey,
Because when I
no.
came, first of all, I don't know. I think I had like overlooked the fact that not everyone is friendly. You
Oh
know,
yeah, true, true,
I
true.
think me, I
Yeah.
just joined and I was like, I'm going to vibe with everyone. Everyone's going to be vibes. We're
Oh
going to,
yeah.
go
True,
for
true, true.
parties and, you know, lies.
Period.
Lies. I asked
Because
five
I feel
people,
like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, you go.
I was like, I asked five people on the first day to take me to because me, I was lost. Me, I didn't know inside the campus. All those YouTube videos were only talking about things outside campus.
Yeah.
So me, day one, nilikuwa najua penye Tot iko, and I knew where Memphis was, but I didn't know where like School of Business was. So
What?
I asked five people, I asked like the first four people that were like so rude. They just like said, "Ah, just go figure it out. Just walk around. It's not that big." And I was like,
I
damn,
know.
what is it? Why, damn, people here are mean.
What?
Until this one story I found, and I knew her from
Mm,
like the first week of orientation.
yeah.
She just took me to class, and I was just like thankful. And it was even SUS.
Oh, God. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
and
And I feel like
you feel like,
2019,
uh-huh,
2019, there was a lot of like rude people. Like, I think that
crazy.
time there was like so much drama in that school. Like, I feel like after COVID, things like, or they graduated or something. But those people who are so dramatic, people are like fighting. You know, like people are
Yeah,
so bitchy. Like it
like,
was actually a say you hear about outside here. I feel like right now it's so calm. But hey,
oh
2019,
yeah, well, it's really calmed down. Like, I was even like
yeah,
how we normally say, like in 2019, tots would be full almost every day of the week,
every day,
and like
every
even
day.
those restaurants outside school for food, like you, if you went there after 12:30, you don't have a seat.
You don't have a seat. Like you have to just eat in school. Like
Yeah,
you're not
so
getting a seat.
I
Yeah,
think, but yeah, I think people were actually like really. I was like, damn, people out here. But I think I grew up. Not that old. I'm just 3 years older now. But like,
yeah.
I grew up and
He's a
understood the
baby,
importance
guys.
of like minding your business
Yeah.
and just being like, you figure out your stuff. Me, I'll continue with my stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like also at that time there was so much. I think the actual USIU pressure, the like the reputation you hear of
Yeah,
people not being. People used to dress up. Hey, people used to dress up,
boy,
and me,
girls.
I remember I told my mom, I was like, "Mom, me actually need new clothes," and she was like, "Hey, new
Damn.
clothes for
Wait,
what?"
did it actually like
Like
make you a bit insecure about like the way
it
you dress?
did. Yeah, like I feel like cause me, I never used to think so much about what to wear and all that stuff. Cause me, I was just like, "Ah, we're just here, to learn and mind your business." Cause even people around me who knew I was going to SIU, even like my high school friends at that time were like, yo, like people go there with a full face beat, and that's when
Yeah.
Kali is starting to know what eyebrows are even are, bro.
Oh, pre-makeup.
I know pre-makeup and you're just there
Crazy.
struggling and people are like, but it's true, like people are there with like full face beach, And I'm like, do you girl? Like if you have the time actually, like shout out to you because that's like a lot of work. But then you come there and I'm like, this is actually like somewhat a competition and you're just there. It's like you're out of the game, you don't even know what's happening. So yeah, in some ways I feel like I wasn't prepared for that at all. Like that's
Yeah.
the reality now aspect. I wasn't prepared for that at all.
Me, I feel like now my family was me. My mom was like, "You're going to say you're going for shopping," because the reputation
Period.
was there.
The expectation was there, yeah. And
Because
even if you
I
push,
don't know whether we thought
yeah.
it was like a Strathmore. Because I don't
I
know
felt like
why
I
was I
thought it
buying
was a
that?
Strathmore, but now for casual clothes.
Eh, I remember I had
Like
khakis and I had shirts and I was like, I went to school and I was like, okay, I'm Kiasi overdressed.
people have no clothes and yeah, now with a khaki and a shirt. Read the room.
Ah, no, no, but to be honest, but he also
People
didn't
are
used to
like,
dress. He never dressed badly.
yeah, but now obviously, so that's just like normal casual. But now compared to now, other people there,
Hmm.
hey, people are like just to the nines, man. Like I feel like that time there was really no actually 2019, I feel like there was less focus on education in that school. Hey, hey,
But I think at that
hey,
point,
yeah.
SIU was just like, I don't know.
Vibes.
Yeah, because I remember when I came in, people, first of all, there were so many cliques. I feel like that's
Oh my
something.
god, kids will
Wow,
preach on that. What
wow.
be
And
I
everyone was in a clique and it was insane. I mean, like, not to say cliques are bad, even as we had
yeah,
our
no,
little
clicks are
group,
not bad. Yeah, they're not bad.
but damn, it's like,
Yeah, and I feel you've actually like hit it on the nail. There were cliques, and I feel like that's one thing actually I wasn't prepared for because I feel like high school, okay, depending on what high school you went to, there
yeah.
were kidogo cliques, yeah, there was, but I didn't expect it in uni. But in USIU 2019, it was so profound, like you knew, especially this one parking lot, this one where it's closest to Cafe Latte. Ay,
Eh,
hey.
eh,
I mean, there were like specific places, specific like parking spots. And I was like, what's this madness? Like, we were so shocked. I was like, what the hell?
no.
What?
But I think it's because at that point, like, most of the, it was like a social media era, the era for
Oh
the
yeah, YouTube and
Instagram people and
everything.
like
Mm,
because didn't you have like a bunch
socialites.
of socialites?
Yeah,
Because I don't think, because again, I wasn't really like into Instagram back then.
yeah.
So I remember I'd be walking to people like, oh my God, that's that person. And I'd be like, and like it happened more than once for me to be like, honey, this school is just full of social media
Mm.
stars, you know?
I remember there's one time I went to lunch before that place burned down. Uncle
Oh my
Billy's.
God, that's how you said it so
Yeah,
casually.
I know it burnt the guy.
Before that place burnt
That's
down.
like that's another conspiracy theory we've never solved. How that place, like one restaurant burned and then all the others was burned. I, uh,
Hey, yo.
I know, because there's no way they
Because
just
I
it
missed
was such a sad
Macy's.
month for them.
Macy's.
Yeah, Macy's was such an amazing place,
Ah,
and they've never actually come back. And I feel like it has so much potential, actually, but yeah.
it hurt my soul when that place closed down.
I feel like that was that was like the first place we actually met.
Yeah. And then at the
Yeah.
same time, I think one other expectation I had when I was going to SIU,
Mm.
drama.
Drama. Oh my God, drama. Yeah.
And I think that's like the only expectation that met reality.
And surpass reality, actually.
Some of these things you
Yeah.
used to see, some of these things you used to hear. Crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like also there's
Yeah.
that spectrum of drama, and there's also you can easily avoid drama in that school,
Oh yeah,
depending on who you know
true.
and
I
how
feel like
people perceive you. Yeah.
yeah, because in that time it was very drama was very for clout, I feel
Yeah, I
personally.
was very for cloud.
I feel like
I remember
everyone
like I was saying like that parking lot. There was one day I think I had like a 3:30 class, and I was going. I think yeah at that time School of Humanities wasn't there, and there were fully people who are like fighting on the parking lot for one
crazy.
guy, and the guy was just standing at the back. It's like you shorties just stop, like man. And faculty was passing by me. I was like, oh, what's going on?
No, but like I feel like
The
you know, I
faculty
don't
was
know,
fully enjoying, bro. Hey.
even me I'd enjoy. I feel like that's why I
I
really
was enjoying, but
enjoyed.
I was like, hey, these girls will hurt themselves.
No, me I
That
really
guy is
enjoyed
just standing there.
2019 drama. Crazy. I used to live for it.
Crazy.
I used to like how you could
Yeah.
just like sit in cafe latte and like a random fight just
People
comes
will.
out. And you're like, okay.
That's how
That's why
you're living, girl.
you're throwing hands.
I know you're throwing hands so casually. And like actually people have really calmed down. Hey, but
Yeah,
they've really calmed down.
I think COVID
So
really to
shocked.
Lisa Kiasi.
Yeah, COVID really said like you people are doing too much. Let me just give you a break.
But like back to like the whole transitioning stuff and
Yeah.
from high school to uni, I feel like
Mm.
I should not call it mean. whatever word that can fit there in other in whatever. I feel like it just took me like 1 week to like adjust to like the climate and like how people are like
Hmm.
social.
I
And then
think for me it took way longer, way longer. Like I feel like the first year of uni, it was so hard for me actually. It
oh
was
yeah, by
very,
the way, we
very
met in
hard.
2020,
Yeah,
not even
in
2019.
early 2020, yeah.
Oh, let's give the children the story of how we met, how I met your
Oh
mother.
my god.
Um,
Kiro was so scary. Guy,
what?
hey. Kiro was so scary. Because I remember we met like in Ellie's room. Everyone was going to Ellie's room at that time.
Guy,
I remember I was so scared of you. You looked so serious and I was so scared. I was like, okay.
I feel like I've worked on the resting bitch face casting.
Yeah, you've worked on it, okay. Yeah, actually you have a lot.
Yeah, but
Transition. Woohoo.
yeah, we think
That's the one.
we met at Ellie's
Yeah.
room. But at that point, I think you are. I think in my head I was like, that's Steph's friend.
Oh yeah, true, true,
Because
true.
I see it's not like we actually talked a lot.
Yeah, we didn't because also we were always in that room at very different times. Because when you guys were coming, like Leslie and Kina Ened and stuff, it's the time we were leaving most of the time. Yeah, but I think at that time he was just aware of you.
But
Like,
composition
yeah.
too is what did it.
Composition on one random day, guy. One random
No, even
day.
I
Kilo,
remember the story. When I tell you this is how I met your mother, I remember the story from scratch.
period. Like, it was so random.
It was mid-sem. It was mid-sem exams. And I remember I was panicked. I was like, damn, why am I
Yeah.
learning fallacies? I'm doing
Of
like
course, there's no fallacy.
I'm doing a course in tech. Why am I doing fallacies? And there are so many. So I remember I used to sit with what's his name?
Long. I think,
Long.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you used to sit with Kate.
Yeah, with Kate, yeah.
And that day I remember I don't know what was inside me, but I was just like, let me just talk to these people. So if I hear the panic like me, we panic together and just work it out.
Yeah, and we actually revised for like 10 minutes before she came. And we
Yeah.
actually did well.
And then we ate. I feel like from then
Yeah.
on, since we met like in a state of panic and anxiety,
Yeah.
we just ended up becoming such good friends. Because I remember from then on, we just started going for lunch together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Mm.
also the way you're saying Kate looks like your sister-in-law. I feel like
Oh
after
my
that it
God.
was just solid.
Ah,
Not you taking a picture the first day.
and yeah, I had audacity. I took a photo of someone on the first day of me meeting them, and they were like, okay.
Imagine you're like, you stand there, I send it to my sister-in-law. I mean, Kate were fully like, what? I remember she asked me, like, do you know him? I'm like, no, I've talked to him today. So for real, I'm like, yeah, today is the first day. Eh. And
Ah,
that's still fake.
but no, I think I was a bit insane. But at the same time, I think I was still 17, right?
Yeah, but me, I was in awe of your confidence. I was like, you have to be so confident. Because, Kate and me were like, let's be shy, shy. We were like, okay, we just went with it. Thank God we went with it, actually.
Like, damn, for real, thank God, because I don't think I could have.
We'll
Eh,
be here.
yeah, because imagine if that situation went completely differently, I'd walk away being like, damn, what's wrong with me?
I know.
Like, if you people like stop talking to me, I'd have been like, yeah, that was a bit too much.
And then after that, like that class, that woman just liked to separate us always,
But
always.
we also used to make noise. It's like
I used to make
we were still
noise.
in high school. Us, we'd enter class, we'd go to the back seat and just talk the entire
I
time.
know.
It hadn't dawned on us that we're in university.
And she used to say like all the time, like you two in the back, you two.
Aki,
Yeah.
no,
So
but
that's how
in
you met,
fairness,
guys.
I feel like
Yeah.
we talk like at that point we'd become by the end of the semester we'd become good friends to the point where like we just enter class and I'd be filling you up on tea, you know.
Yeah.
We
And
talk
then
about
also
like
at
our different
lunches.
relationships, coming up
Yeah.
with nicknames for people like ketchup,
Oh my god.
crazy.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like you guys like you
Mm.
like the group of friends we had like really like now made me like sink into like the new reality of uni for like being for real.
Yeah, it gave like a new perspective, like a sense of belonging in a way. Because me, I was so grateful, like how they say introverts should look for that one extroverted friend so they can make friends on their behalf. I feel like that's what you did because I was like, I'll stick by Kiro.
I don't,
And
but at the
that's
same
how
time,
like I've met like
I don't think I'm an extrovert, you know. But maybe
but it's you're
that's like the
easy
pick me
to like
energy in
talk
me.
to people. Yeah, when you have the energy actually, sometimes Kido doesn't care for people at all. When you have the energy,
Damn, you said that with so much bitterness.
no, I have to let the people know it's not every day. So one day they meet you and they're like, what's going on?
By the way,
It's not for everyone.
I'm not, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He'll say, maybe he'll say what's on his mind. I feel like this podcast is just perfect for you because he'll say what's on his mind.
What's it called? So, me, I wanted to ask you, because me, I know
Mm.
mine, but like, what specific challenges do you think you faced in the first year of uni?
I think it's that maybe comparison. I think
Mm-hmm.
I compared myself a lot to other people, and I never used to think like I'm affected that way. Like also comparison and how people perceived me, because I
Yeah,
feel like at that time, as I said, like the first year of uni, 2019, there was whole that like who's who, where are you from, what do you do, like all that stuff, and how do you say it? Like status quo, is it?
yeah.
I think yeah, because I've never experienced that in my life. I feel like that really, I really, that challenged me. And also,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, perception of like accepting reality, like reality being now you have to actually study. So, like, grades are handed out, that grading score, like, what the hell is that even,
Crazy.
But yeah, I think I really struggle with especially like now meshing my expectations to now what's my reality. Because as I said, I thought, the way you said like grownish vibes, and I thought I'm coming here, everything is just dandy, blah blah blah, and it wasn't that. So I think by the
There's
time
a hand-picked man for you.
I like from the gate,
It
that's not
comes
what
with a
happened,
degree.
girls.
But I feel like
Yeah,
I can relate in the thing for okay, not necessarily. That's
yeah.
not true. I feel like I was delusional from like the word go.
That's another one. Delusion is just woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I entered and I was like, because I knew I was like, first of all, I was again, let me say it, naive, as I've termed it as right now, naive. And like,
Yeah.
I guess it rubbed some people off the wrong way, but at the same time, I was very like, I mean, I'm not for everyone, you know, I'm not like most girls, you
True,
know,
true, true.
very,
Yeah.
very that
Most
energy.
girl.
But I mean, I was humbled,
Yeah.
respectfully. We grew up,
That's
but
true.
like the challenge that I feel like I can correlate with you
Mm.
with is the one for being on top of assignments and the workload. And then,
Yeah.
because I feel like in uni, in high school, you know, there's a schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a schedule, yeah.
And like for me personally, I feel like it was less about like even like I could handle school, right? Like
True, true.
I could handle going to school and going to classes and everything. Now the
Yeah.
difference is, at least for me, I feel like the difference was I moved to like now my apartment.
Yeah.
So I moved from Nanyuki, came to my apartment here in next to school.
hmm
So now,
Yeah.
me imagine
Yeah. And I
cleaning,
feel like in some
cooking.
ways that's still like transition, like what you're
Yeah,
talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
true. Like that transition was hard. Like finding or like creating space in like my day to
Mm.
be able to do like to cook for myself, clean. Because I feel like
Mm.
I feel like I sound so spoiled.
No, but it's true. It's true. A lot of people suffer. Yeah, it is suffer. A lot of people. That's very challenging.
Yeah, like
Imagine
just
coming
trying to
from
get
a
like
place.
a routine for
Yeah.
the home or for my house or for my apartment. Whereas like
Yeah.
I have time to do this, I have time to do this, I have time to do this. Which was I don't know. It wasn't crazy
Would you
because
say like
I'm
that's
doing it
your
now.
first yeah, like would you say that's like your first experience as an adult, like the first taste of it now?
It was. And like I remember I was very excited about it until it came to like so funny story. Day one,
Mm.
when I was going for SUS,
Yeah.
Steve had come over and I don't know what he was doing, but he broke my sink on my first day of moving into that house. So
Guy.
it's 8:45. We're about to leave for school from my house, and my house is flooded.
Oh no.
And I'm going to school for SUS just for people
What?
to ignore me and not tell me what the class is.
Oh my god. I think I would actually go back home. But home is flooded,
Exactly.
guy.
But no, that I feel like the first year was just crazy. But
That's crazy, yeah.
it was, I think, getting that, like being able to create like space for doing things like for my house, for like the cleaning, the keeping up,
Hmm.
taking care of the house. Because I mean, you have to change the bed sheets once a week. You have to take your
Yeah.
towels to laundry how many times? Okay, once a week also. That's
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah.
And
Hygiene is key.
you know, so
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like, but like now I found the balance and like I do it very well. Not to
Yeah.
brag, but like
Not
I
to
feel like,
town hall.
but I feel like I've been able to find like that balance. But like that's something I found a bit difficult.
Yeah, that's me. I can say the same thing because obviously I'm still at home, but I
Ah,
think even just maneuvering and that, as you said, like taking responsibility now, like of your education and time management and all that, like it's fully on you. Like your parents will just pay your fees. Nothing else they will do for you now.
but
So
at the same
yeah.
time, I feel like you're saying, Ati, you're not just that, but I feel like you're so put together, babe. Because
Yeah.
you're like, priorities. You're like,
Oh yeah. I have
that
a
wasn't
few of
supposed to
those.
happen. I hadn't planned for that. That's not my problem. And I feel like that's kind of like the
True, true,
energy
true.
that
Some of them,
actually
yeah.
really drew me to you. Like,
Period.
if it wasn't planned, we're not doing it.
Yeah, because I feel like also in a way, I think planning is also like a big part of adulting. No matter how boring it is, it
Yeah,
gives you some sense of sanity. Because
yeah.
sometimes if you don't plan things and being spontaneous is good, like we're young, blah blah blah. But sometimes not planning things can mess you up. Like, and the thing is, you're the one who has to come back and clean that mess. It's not the
Kwanza,
cutest thing. Yeah.
the planning even goes to things like, okay, for me, again, budgeting.
Yeah.
Again, very 17, entered uni. Tell me why I ate like Wi-Fi money within the first month. Crazy. So yeah, like damn, for that first month of Wi-Fi, I really ate all the money and like I had to wait for my brother to come. And it was very like insane because I feel like I only ate the money so that I could like experience going out, how like majority of the guys in USIU are going out. And by
Yeah.
the back then, I was very
Yeah.
not financially crazy, but like let me just say like from then till now, my my allowance had to go
Spending.
up. Yani, I was even if I'm about to argue about like things. How is gas
Mm.
3,300?
Like, what I was also thinking,
Yeah,
like, even as you talked about, like, now you transitioning from high school, coming to uni, and now having to, like, be quote unquote, like, financially responsible, like, your budgeting and stuff.
yeah.
Like, imagine if that was before transitioning to I would actually just, thank God, sometimes I'm just grateful that I stay home because I'd be losing me, I'll just be fasting. I just be fasting and praying like 40 days, 49 days. Because things are so
And
expensive.
the thing is, people here like back then they used to ball out. You'd
People
go
used
out.
to ball out.
People used to
But let
like
me tell you, these people that
crazy.
are balling out, I wanna unga wow. Hey.
Who? Facts, because even me, like, damn, I went out with someone and they took me to their house. I was like, you eat on, like, this is how maisha iko hivi. I don't want to be like specific, but like, damn, it's okay to be
Fukara.
a tumblers,
Fukara notification. Like, maybe it's true. What?
It's
Hey, let me tell
crazy.
them. You go to someone's house, and that's another thing, especially for people who are coming to uni. Like the whole people will sacrifice meals for alcohol, and that's not like that's an actual problem. It's not an
It's,
aesthetic.
I mean,
Aish.
live your life, but like, because
Yeah, but to
a lot
some
of the
like
time I'm like,
Jipange
it's a
kidogo.
bit crazy that you live like this, but at the same time, like the whole
Like
thing of
go
like,
off,
you're
baby.
20, go off,
You're
babe.
20. Nobody has to know. You do you, but then we don't have to know. But hey, just make sure you're having a meal, even if it's once a week.
You have to. That
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah, but the cost of living right now is so insane. Hey, it's
Mhm.
insane.
But back to the thing for what's it called? See, I was
Yeah.
taking that money to go out and how people
Yeah.
ball out and everything. So, again, I was saying,
Yeah.
like previously, I was saying that, my high school, I feel like, um, I'm trying to say this without like coming off the wrong way. Um,
Yeah.
but what's it called? Like, I don't like my high school had like a shit ton of drugs, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, that's
But we
why,
won't mention the name.
like,
We don't have
damn.
lawyers.
Because there are things like, because there was like people who drink in high school,
Yeah.
and like people smoked in high school, but then
Mm.
like secretly there was also like a lot of like hard stuff going around that I feel like
Ooh.
many people didn't really know about, you know?
Your school was so different.
Yeah, I mean, damn, if we're in the same high school, don't hate me. Um,
Yeah.
but
They'll come for you.
so like I feel like a big part of me associate like and with being my God, I
Mm.
sound like such a hater, but those people
I know.
and ah but anyways, like I feel
Mm.
like when I went out, especially with like USIE people, I expected to find such a crowd and I did
Yeah.
because damn, drugs were crazy.
Oh yeah,
And
true 2019.
ah crazy.
Ah.
I remember I was in
Like
class
this.
one day and someone just like flipped out in a class. Like how in like the IT block you can see to another
Is
class.
it that one business class?
No, I in IT. I don't know
Oh,
what that
because
I don't know what that nigga was on, but he just stood up and like lost it and left.
I think we, oh my God, because we had the same thing, but in a business class.
Yeah.
And so sorry, it was a Nigerian guy. And I think truly I think he was high or something. Because
Mm.
the lecturer just asked an innocent question, but the way that man went off, and it's like we're all first years, we're just like, this is allowed? Like, I know it says US, but this is allowed. Hey, that man went off. And like, he was such a tiny man. The professor was so tiny. And we were just like, what's going on? Hey, like, thank God, but we left early. That was something, but it was so crazy. I was like, what are people on?
Yeah, I feel
Hey,
like
yeah,
in 2019, or rather when we were joining the like
yeah,
drug and like it's not a drug, I'm talking about like drug race. Like social life
yeah.
was fully intertwined with like drugs, like mihadarati.
Yeah,
And
people want something.
people
Yeah.
were really like going wild, which at the same time, me, I'm not judging
Mm.
anyone.
Yeah, like, do you fully, do you? Hey, do you?
My God, you sound like those people who are
Like,
like judging people, but at the end of every
yeah, I
sentence, we're like,
honestly know, like,
but it's your life.
it's true. But the one thing I think like uni has taught me is like do things like but with limits as well.
Yeah, you have
Like
to
yeah,
control.
with limits. Yeah, draw to your limit because not everyone is the same. Hey,
And not
not
everyone is
everyone
your
is the same.
friend.
Oh,
That same person who's going to be
that's
telling you,
true.
just take
Not
it,
everyone is your friend.
when you're going crazy on Tots Road, watakuacha hapo ukae peke yako.
I know. Hey, watakuwa chapo,
And it's crazy
and you'll
because
just be there with your consequences. Yeah. So
oh,
much
this,
as
this is a
yeah,
good
limits.
segue to
Yeah,
what we're going to talk about next.
yeah.
Thickness.
Oh yeah, fakeness. True. Have you experienced? I think you have actually.
I have too much. I feel like
Too
I'm always
much.
always ranting in Katilata.
Yeah,
But like
that fakeness. Yeah,
in first year, what's it called? Okay, I have this very pretty friend. Let me just tell you right now, it's
yeah,
Leslie. I'll cut it off if she has a problem with me leaving her name in. But like,
yeah,
Leslie,
yeah.
her people were really they're like, damn, who's your friend? Who's your friend? Isn't there?
Yeah,
And I
star
feel like
girl.
and I was like and I was like, damn, go talk to her.
Yeah.
Like after like 2, 3 weeks of being nice, they'd be like, so you try whatever with Leslie. And I'm like, you're stupid.
Mm.
But like after I set the brains corrected, like switch up, they'd be assholes. That's when they'd remember, oh, by the way, I don't even like this personality trait in you and da 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 da, and then talk to you.
Yeah.
So I feel like ah, let's talk about like the fact like I had like my 1 bedroom. So I still do.
Mm-mm.
Having that when I was
Mm-hmm.
17, I feel like I got a bunch of people who tried to like take advantage of the fact that
Take advantage. Yeah,
they're like,
that's true. Yeah.
kid who has a house, let's go drink from there.
Yeah, and I
And
remember
like,
like one of the first times like we met, like
yeah,
I met you, like I remember someone suggested like we go to your place, and I think at that time either way, Ellie's house, Ellie's room, yeah, I think either at that time, and it seemed like you weren't down
yeah, because
with
I
my
remember
with you with us going,
I
yeah.
had to, I don't know, like, because in Ellie's room, I think
You
I,
can also actually you can
you know,
also sorry, you can also talk about like boundaries in this
yeah, exactly.
as you're saying, yeah.
That's what I was going to be. I was actually like, I think it reached a point I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I know you people are, I know like we're making friends, but
Yeah.
let's until May, like I like you as a person, don't ever suggest coming to my house.
Yeah.
And I had to draw like a very fine line with some people
Mm-mm.
because I feel like our friend group, right? You know how we act, you know how we like,
Yeah.
we throw shade, we really go in on each other sometimes,
We have a good time there. Yeah.
and but
Yeah, but
boundaries.
on that point, I think maybe I can ask you because you've talked about that. Like, imagine if someone suffers from, I'd say suffer because it's actually sometimes a disease, quote
Mhm.
unquote, like people pleasing and setting boundaries, especially as someone who's in a new place, you want to make friends, it's a bit difficult for you. Like, how would you like tell someone to navigate that, like the balance of it all, like boundaries, making friends, people pleasing? Because sometimes I feel like even for me, I went too hard or I overextended myself because you have that fear. Now you're in a new place, friends, you don't want to be walking around like a witch, you're alone all the time, like stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Uko.
That whole thing, because I mean, we suffered through. We were all people pleasers at a point, especially me.
Mm,
Because for me, I was like
same.
an attention whore in the in the slightest. Not very much, but like I loved the attention being on me once in a while, and to do that,
Yeah.
it included like having like a bunch of people like liking me,
Around
and
you. Yeah, yeah.
it reached a point where I just realized, or rather, when it came to me being uncomfortable, because like my house is my house, like me, may I stay there, may I
Mm,
live there, that's my home. So it
mm.
has to have some form of respect that these people aren't willing to give it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it just came back to me, and I was just like, I don't like it, and I think I even talked about it with like Leslie,
Yeah.
and I think at the day after talking, I was just like, you know what, the best way to deal with it is just be yourself and draw boundaries from the word
Mm.
go.
Yeah,
If you
boundaries are so important. Yeah.
Because first of all, if you're people pleasing, you're going to really lose
Mm.
yourself. You're going to keep people pleasing and actually forget like the things you like to do, the things you want to do, things you're okay with.
Yeah.
Like don't like it might lead to you like really losing like your sense of self. I'm not a
Yeah.
psychologist or a therapist, but I fully believe in what
You
I'm saying.
should do like you would have done a minor psychology.
No,
Look at me just nodding like
after intro to psychology, no, thank you. But yeah, and the thing for boundaries so important
yeah.
because people Nairobi people have audacity. Not even Nairobi, just
Hey, people have
anywhere,
audacity on
everywhere.
sale, man. Yeah.
People can take advantage of you and like so I feel like
Yeah, and I think
yeah,
boundaries also like start in my opinion, I think people think about boundaries like in big things, like I don't know, like maybe don't use, I feel like boundaries start with the smallest of things. Like as you said, if and losing yourself and start like if something really doesn't agree with you, even if it's the smallest thing, or I don't want to use money because money is usually like a very touchy subject, but even if maybe you're
I feel
not
like you should be
comfortable to
okay
go
talking about
somewhere,
money.
yeah, okay.
Okay,
Like,
with your friends at least.
yeah, I feel like this is a whole other episode even you can talk about, but money with friends, because you know how
Oh,
people say
true.
money
Let
is
me
the
write that
devil.
down. Money should be an episode.
Yeah, money should be an episode, like you can do budgeting, the whole
Me, I'm not going to teach people how to
especially
budget.
and spending money on people, especially money you don't have,
Ah,
especially as like an early whatever like in your early 20s, am I a transition, you see, like
mm.
okay, as I was saying, like boundaries should start with like the smallest things because that will just build a habit. Even if maybe you want to give this friend 50 bob and maybe you know that 50 bob is your fare back home, and maybe they need it for, something. There's boundaries in between being a good person and overextending yourself for the sake of another person.
Yes, yes,
Like
yes,
when you
yes.
feel like you are on the losing end, then I think it's a time to put boundaries. Because yes, they're genuinely
True.
nice people, and even as you've said, someone can take advantage. And people, I think, even in Nairobi and even in life, especially if they see a very nice person, very like have a clean heart, like
Scary.
kunyimi watu vitu, people will take advantage of you. Like, Mother Teresa here, like no one is going to give you a veil. Who will
Exactly. That's
finish
why
you?
when you're
Yeah.
telling people that me, I can be like a bitch sometimes, I didn't even deny it. Cause
Yeah. And I think, as you've said, being yourself is so key.
yeah.
Because see, people know Kiru can't go to a certain place. Maybe you have a budget of maybe like 2,000 for the
Mm.
night, or something like that. Your friends say they go to a club that maybe you need like 5K or something. Instead of, kukopa and taking loans and calling your parents and stuff,
Go
if
home.
truly, yeah, go home. Actually, go home.
Actually
Because you
go
can have
home.
fun kidogo, ukiona mfuko ina nani, go home. You
It's
see it
not
on
that hard.
Snapchat,
Go
you
home.
see it on
You can buy a pizza
Instagram.
and have a movie night, you know?
Yeah, they'll tell you about it the whole week. You'll see recaps. Like, you live vicariously through them instead of going, having fun, and then coming to suffer for the whole week. You're just drinking water and walking, you
Yeah,
know?
honestly,
Yeah.
like don't stress yourself when it comes to money. If you have 2,000 and
Mm,
your friends aren't willing to compromise because I'm not saying like if you have friends, this is what I was telling you, if your friends
yeah.
talk money, talk money in terms of
Yeah.
boundaries, because they'll be,
True, true,
because
true.
like they'll understand if you can't go to a certain place, they won't pressure. And I feel like personally, a lot of the times when,
Yeah.
because our friend group, when we don't have cash to go to like certain places, or back
We
then when
don't.
we were very
Mm,
young and already being given a lot of money, we
yeah.
we left the people who wanted to go out and go, they went out, and us we like literally found our own thing to do.
Our own way, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's why it all started. Like after boundaries, that's where it happened.
Yeah, and I feel like even as you are saying, like social life and community, like okay, we're not saying it now. You don't be with friends who have like who spend more money than you,
Aki, yeah, please.
but I think yeah, it's true. You also see how they experience. It's true sometimes not to have the money scarcity mindset. You can also talk about that like in your money topic, but like in a way, yes, you can balance, but even your friends themselves, and also you don't take advantage now of your friends who have more. But it's not every other single day because even in a way, you are also taking advantage, even if you're not aware of also your friends who have more. So I think again balance as well, and also read the room, man.
Yeah. But at the same
Sometimes
time,
you just have to say no.
I
Yeah,
also want us to acknowledge, like, yeah, I mean, like,
yeah.
talking money is not easy.
Talking money is not
You have to
easy.
get ready to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You have to like be real. Like
Mm.
if you can't tell your friend like, oh, that's too expensive for me, is that your friend?
Yeah,
Because if you're a friend, they'll understand. But like it can be very like hard to talk about.
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
And I
think,
think even, yeah.
yeah, you think even?
So, as I was saying, like the way you said about even if you don't tell your friend if something is maybe uncomfortable or more expensive for you, you're also not helping your friend in a way.
Yeah.
Because some people just won't know, and then now you paint them as a villain and then all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because I think, yeah,
as you said, the whole aspect of being like, what did you say? Of like talking money and stuff like that, it's so difficult as
yeah,
well.
it is.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm trying
Yeah.
to look at it from like, because I've been in situations where I've been like in both ends.
Yeah.
I've been in situations where like, um, especially in first year when I was really, before I put on those like boundaries for like not pushing
Balling
myself to,
out.
uh, I,
Yeah.
I was like, it's not necessary. But before 2019, when I need,
Mm.
I remember like I had this conversation with my friends and like, kina catch up at the time. Because
Yeah.
if you remember, especially with that situation, the whole reason we
Mm.
even had a problem was because his friends made the whole thing about money.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Remember?
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember. I remember.
So yeah, I think. me, as you just have to communicate. Like I'll tell you if I can't make it, I'll tell you if I can.
Yeah. But also that's the other thing. Because I feel like also on the spectrum of money,
Everyone
okay,
wants to
using the
look like a
ketchup
baller.
scenario, yeah, if your friend is like offering, for example, to take you somewhere and do this stuff, like maybe activities, and genuinely sometimes I'm at the little you have, but sometimes some friends are so persistent, even if you tell them no. And then now, even when they spend, especially in Nairobi, I feel like it's such a habit. Now they come and tell everyone, yeah, like so and so I took him here and here, but
Yeah,
he couldn't
yeah.
even
I'm
say no.
sorry,
I
what?
think that's such a deep fear as well. Hey,
No, first of
yeah,
all, I feel like such people are very like
can't.
it's honestly yeah, because what's
Yeah,
okay, so you've paraded your friend as a charity case and then
exactly. That's so.
because
That's like some bullshit for real.
yeah, because I feel like there's the way like you can say you bought your friend lunch and you're asking
Yeah,
people like, oh, like me, I'm a good friend to this one. First of all, who are you trying to prove you're a good
but
friend to? You're trying to prove to
yeah,
who? But
to
anyways,
who?
me personally, I would have felt very
Me, I would pay you back immediately. Like I'd rather take a loan, but
exactly
you'll
take
be
back your money.
paid. Take it back.
Ah,
Hey,
there's danger.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think money was crazy.
But I think that's what you said. Like, just have the conversation. I feel like even after the conversation, you can tell what type of friend. Especially, I think the money thing, as you're talking about it, is like, especially as making new friends. Like, with the old friends, even if Kiru now, it's not an issue for us. Like,
Yeah,
but I feel like for if you're making new friends, you should also like gauge those people and just see who you're comfortable with. You can have friends on both like spectrums, people who you're like in the same spending capacity, others who are not, like just. But it's so hard to tell, especially as you said, the transitioning from high school and as an early adult, especially in a new environment like uni, like you don't know people for real, so it might take a while. So don't be too hard on yourself if you don't
yeah, by the way.
like get it right or get people's perspective or
I feel like
energy right in the
if you're
first
moving
try. Yeah.
from like if you're doing the transition, I feel like what you should focus on primarily, please focus on yourself.
Mm. Yeah, true.
Because I feel like all those excitements for everything you want to do, they're going to come. Imagine like if you're
Like you're
finishing
gonna be
high
there for
school,
4 years.
exactly. If you're finishing high school,
Yeah.
you're either just 18, 19, 20. You have the rest of the 20.
Yeah.
You focus
Yeah.
on
Like,
yourself. Make sure you're eating, make sure you're doing your assignments. Like go do what you're
mm,
supposed to do and like just create a balance. A balance doesn't necessarily mean
yeah,
going
balance
out,
is
but
key. Yeah.
focus on having like that clear, comfortable routine before you start adding all these unnecessary things. I think that's the best thing I'd say.
Yeah, and I'd actually agree with you because it's like I feel like in uni or even in your early 20s, I usually feel like it's the blind leading the blind. Like there are things I've learned from even things you've said now, and even from what I've said, it's like you never really know. So just be patient with yourself. You're going to make mistakes. Maybe you're
Exactly.
going to hang out with people you never thought. You're going to do things maybe you never thought you'd do. But just be like you're doing the best you can with what you know at
For
that
sure.
point in time. You're 19. That's all you know at that time. Even if people
You're
around you
20?
tell you different things, you're 20. Nobody has to know, baby girl, but you're doing your best. So I feel like just be kind to yourself as well
Yeah,
and
please.
just take your life seriously because
Yeah.
as well as we are YOLOing out here,
And
life is
join
still
school
moving.
clubs.
Oh, please. Actually, I'm almost graduating it. That's when
No,
I'm joining clubs. More
Aki,
clubs.
at least you're in half price.
I know. Yeah. Make friends, guys.
Like,
Good
yeah.
friends.
Okay, but that's amazing. I think a lot of students feel pressure to have everything figured out for some reason, like from the get-go.
Yeah.
But it's okay to take some time to explore and figure out what you're truly passionate about and how your
And
routine
you
should.
learn from your mistakes,
Yeah.
100%. You learn. Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me, Kali. Like this was
Thank
actually
you so much for having me. This was so
good
much
first
fun. Thank
episode,
you.
actually.
Good first episode. I'm so proud of you, actually. I'm so proud.
I want to
Thank
say thank you
you.
to all the listeners. Thank you
Yeah,
for
me being part of the trend.
yeah, but until next time, this has been the Soul Chapters.
Oh,